Hi, welcome to an edition of the movie review at Uncle Ren's Popcorn with your host, Uncle Ren's. This one is a little bit different because this is not a review for a movie that I have seen yet. This is a review for the trailer of a movie that I will never see. And I will never give a review on it. Why? The Gods of Egypt is a travesty of history. It's a travesty of a culture. And it's outright disrespectful. But I understand the deep dive in science of what's going on. You see, this movie displays the gods of Egypt, of Ra, of Seth, of Osiris, and Isis as warring against each other in a time frame that is far, far, far in the past, before anything, the Greeks, before the Romans, before any of those things, before Akhenaten, before Midas, before any of these, the Egyptian kingdoms were established, before the pharaohs were established. This is when the gods ruled Egypt in person. If you want to know more about that, then I suggest that you look up Zechariah Ascension, look up the Anunnaki, look up the Sumerian tablets, the Emerald tablets, those Hermes Trismegistus, and that'll give you the background of what they were trying to create in a time frame. But here's the problem. During that time frame, one, just as a stupid one, why does this dude speak with a Scottish accent? That would not have been in existence in that area for that time frame. So that part is idiotic, and it's just a travesty. I mean, you're an actor. Act the right accent. The second thing is the whitewashing of these characters. If you go to Egypt, to which I have been, you will look at the walls, and on the walls, these people, the representations of Ra and Seth and Osiris, never have I seen a glyph that shows them being white. This will be like going to China and they showing the first emperor, or they showing, Sun Tzu as being a white dude or being a black dude when they were clearly Asian dudes. Now we can go deeper into how the migration of Africans to Asia, but at the time frame of those guys' lives, they were not looking like regular Africans. Okay, they were not dark of melanin; they were more lighter of melanin. But this movie is just completely ignores that fact. And why does it ignore it? I'll tell you why it ignores it. And this is the deep diving part. It ignores it because why? Who were the founders of Western culture? The Greeks. Now, although I applaud the Greeks for their military attributes of going out and conquering, and I applaud them for being able to maintain their rule by not overwhelming a country, but by mixing, by having the soldiers mix and marry and have children with the native women. And therefore, the children and the grandkids are all, if they rebel, they will rebel against their grandfathers. So I get that. And Ptolemy went so far as to merge the religion of the Greeks and the Egyptians to create new gods, so that the people would follow the new gods and the Son of God. And he set himself up as the Son of God. And then when Ptolemy wanted a wife, he brought down Cleopatra, who was a mixture of the Greek and the Egyptians, so that the people will accept it on both sides. So I get the strategy, and I find it brilliant. But Ptolemy didn't come in, and the Greeks didn't come in until much, much, much later. Definitely not the time of Ra, Osiris, and Seth, and Isis. No. So at that time, these beings, these people would have been dark of melanin. But so to portray them in that way is absurd. But the Greeks, they claim that Pythagoras is the one who started their culture. And then from Pythagoras, you have other great Greeks, Hippocrates, Plato, Socrates. You got these people, Aristotle, who all give credit to the Egyptians. Pythagoras waited 20 years to show himself approved to be invited to the mystery schools started by the first pharaoh, Akhenaten. And then Plato and Socrates and Aristotle did the same thing. Now, they all gave credit to Egypt for starting their civilization. But if Egypt is known to be people of dark skin, people who had high levels of melanin, then that means that in society today, you should be shameful for the way that you treat people of melanin around the world. But we can't do that. We see, so they know that if I put this in your head, that this is what they look like 2,000, 5,000, 8,000, 20,000, 30,000, 60,000 years ago. If I put this in your head that this is what they look like, then you'll accept the white rule now. You'll accept the supremacy of it now. And I don't care. Supremacy of any form is not natural. It is not. It is not the way of any religion that you could ever claim. Christians can't claim supremacy. Buddhists can't claim supremacy. Islam can't claim supremacy. None of them can claim it if they follow the trueness of their religion. Judaism, none of them. Because if you follow the trueness of your religion, then it is about love. It is about caring for one another. It is about accepting your brother. It is about taking care of the widows and the orphans. It is about purging your mind of evil and doing good. It is about keeping your heart circumcised. Each one of them teach that. But the supremacy of the land, the supremacy of what's going on, it says that we must teach people to bow down to a certain group instead of just being respectful for your character and your ability. You see, this movie is a travesty, and I will never see it. This is the only review that you will ever get from me. And if you go see that movie, black, white, Asian, or any other, then you're giving in to that travesty. You're pushing that travesty. You're part of that travesty. So how many kernels can I give this movie, even though I would never see it and only seen the trailer? I wouldn't even disrespect Korn for doing it. I wouldn't even do it. So if you see it, that's on you. I won't judge you. But I never will, nor will my children or anybody else who are affiliated with me closely. So y'all have a great day and enjoy yourself. I look forward to our next movie.